You can kind of watch me here. I'm gonna try something a little bit different today with my mannequin hand. So we're gonna see if this helps at all. I've got some of these little sticky tabs that I'm gonna try to use. Let's get our hand out here. All right, this is our practice hand. It's by, oh, my little thing went away. It's by Young Nails. Huh. Okay, let's get a sticky tab put on here. On each one of these. I'm just gonna kind of leave it on here. About to do 2 sticky tabs, and then the third one, I actually want to try Jello. So let's do that. So I've got my Jello, and I am going to put a good amount on here. And I got me a little tip. Get my little handy dandy light. Let's stick this on here. I'm just gonna kind of hold it for a second. Pull it back down. Let's see if we can get this to attach. We're gonna see which one helps us to work with our little mannequin hand better today. Just get that Jello set. Okay, feels pretty good. Let's take off our sticky tabs. Okay, sticky tabs are already coming off. So let's ditch the sticky tabs and let's try Jello on all of them. So I'll put a good amount of Jello on here. Let's get another one of our fingers. Here we go. Okay, let's hold this on here. And let's start to adhere it. We're going to see how well this works. Okay, let's do one more. We'll do 3 nails today. Hey, everybody coming in. I'm just getting my little hand set up here. I'm trying to adhere with the Jello today. See how well this works. If I can get the back attached and then just cure the rest. Go for a couple more minutes on these 2. Okay, let's try this. We're gonna give it a go. Okay. She already wanted to be loud. Okay. Let me get something for her to sit her little hand on there. Get your fingers up there, girl. Girl, get your fingers up there. Okay, there we go. Maybe we should just stick with a square today, so that way I'm not moving it around too much. How about that? I don't know, we've done a square before. mean, okay. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change up the surface because it's really, really glossy. And just like with your client's nails, we want to buff up that surface so we can apply our gel. So let me get my e-file out here. Switch my bits. Oh no, I've got a good bit on there. Okay, good. Got my little sanding band. Let's go at 8,000 RPMs just to kind of change, get around the cuticle area here. And then we're just gonna bring that all the way across the nail. Make sure their nail is not shiny anywhere. You know how it goes. There we go. Okay. Let's get around our cuticle. How's everybody doing, by the way? I see everyone's coming in. How was your weekend? Okay, around our cuticle. And let's get across that nail. Jandy's here with us. Oh, no, actually I didn't, Jandy, if you want to get it out for us. All right, so we've got our nails buffed up and ready to go for gel or acrylic or whatever we want to use, which we're going to use gel. So let's get her dusted off. Thank you, Jandy. I'm going to put my microphone in. Actually, they can probably hear me really good, Jandy, if you want to put on your microphone. Because I'm right here by the speaker. All right, let's get her dusted off. Okay. All right, so next I'm going to go in with my swipe by Young Nails. I'm going to get a couple of little napkins here out and ready. Hello, everybody.
Patrona said hi.
Hey, Patrona.
Ashley.
I'm just kind of cleaning up, getting
Iceland.
getting any of that dust that's kind of stuck in her little sidewall area. So we've got that. And today we're going to kind of just do just a freestyle. So there'll be glitter involved and encapsulation involved, and we're just going to have a good old time. Okay. So next I want to go in with, we're going to give her a kind of base area that has a little bit of color to it. So I'm going to go in with I think I'm going to use one of my Madam Glam builders. It's a shimmery nude. Let's get this open. It's a gorgeous color, especially for now, right? This time of year. Okay. Let's get my brush. There we go. Just kind of set that right there. I'm going to start with my Young Nails, the Protein Bomb, which is going to set us up for great adhesion. And this is going to work as your primer. So we'll just get that all over the nail. That swipe that we use also acts as your dehydrator. So we've got that taken care of. So now we're just setting up our adhesion layer. There we go. Okay. All right, let's start with this nail first. How about that? Let's go in and we're just going to add like a little base layer. Just to kind of get us like a little wet layer to kind of get us going. So it's very, very thin. And I'm going to apply it everywhere that we're going to put our gel. And I probably want to bring my gel up a little bit past this, where the free edge of the nail is. I'm going to grab a bigger dollop. And we're going to start building some volume here.
What is that stuff?
This is builder gel, just like what we usually work with. But it's by Madam Glam. And it's got a little bit of shimmer to it. It's real pretty.
No.
No, it's one I've had for a while. I just don't use it too often. Okay, let's pull this down a little bit. Okay, and that's about as far as I want to come down, but I do want to go ahead and make sure I've got my sides covered. So let's bring this down. Okay, and over here. And I'm just kind of melding it just a little bit. There we go. Okay, let me look from the side. Good, we've got it still really nice and thin, which is great. I'm going to get a little bit more, and I'm just going to kind of put it just right down the barrel of the nail. So I'm going to drop it off where the apex is going to go. Kind of pillow it back just a hair, and just bring it down that barrel.
How come you're doing it on that long of a
We're
nail
gonna
already?
we're gonna try things a little bit differently today, Jandy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cure this. Just give her a quick zap. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my next one. This one I actually want to be full this color from head to toe. So we're gonna be putting our gel. This is going to be our wet layer and our base layer. And I'm just going to put it all the way down the nail. Okay, now let's go in with our bigger dollop. I'm going to drop this off right where that apex is going to sit at. I'm going to push that product to the front of my brush and just kind of back here at the back to make sure we've got a little pillowing action going on. I lost that for a second. There we go. And I'm not going all the way to my sides, just a little bit shy of my sides, okay? And I need to get some more, so I'm just going to dip in, get some more of that product. Again, I'm going to drop it off right where my apex is going to sit. And then let's drag that down. I'm going to start to tilt my finger down just so it kind of helps me as it runs. Our tip is going to be thin, of course, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and start to drag from the back. Make sure I get my sides. And just all the way down. If you've got a little piece like right here at the front that kind of is being stubborn, you can just kind of pull that back. Okay, isn't that pretty? It's such a pretty color. Let's nuke that. Okay. This one again is going to be kind of a half C, like the first one. So let's just get this wet. And just wet just a little ways past that free edge. Get our dollop. I'm going to pillow it back here. I'm kind of maneuvering my head around my camera, so if you see me stop for a second, that's probably what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to pull this down my side, pull this down my side. Let me brush off this real quick. Hang on, guys. Get this off my brush real quick. So I just use this. Okay, I want to go ahead and thin this out. Just right up there up front, okay? And I think I want it a little bit thicker. Let me look from the side. Yeah, just a hair thicker. That one's looking good. Okay. A hair thicker. So I'm going to get one more dollop. Kick it off right where that apex is. And just right down the center. I do want a little bit more back here though. Okay, let me move my head around. Okay, looking good. All right, let's go ahead and set this. Get it on there real good. All right. Okay, now we're going to put this up because we are actually all done with this unless I want to build more, which I don't think I do. I think I'm good. Okay. All right, let's put this up. Change. All right. Now I'm going to grab a hard gel that's mostly clear. So I'm going to use my Build Pink by Young Nails. And it comes in a tube or in a jar, whichever one you like to work with, which is really, really nice. I'm going to go ahead and just add a tiny bit on these two. I'm going to take my brush again. And we're going to, again, wet this surface. Give this a good base layer. And same right over here. And we want it nice and thin. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set my brush there. We're going to dip into some glitters, guys. Are you excited? Some glitters and some different gels. So, all right, let's see here. All right, I wanted to go in with a little bit larger of a glitter than what we normally work with. We're going to use some stars, which there's the stars. I think those are super pretty. And then I want to use a little bit of this mixed metal gold, and I want to use the kind that has the green in it. So we'll kind of get that out and ready. And I need my jelly black. Let me get my jelly black. Okay. right, so the black I use is by Goya. I just got it from Amazon, and it is 1724. I'm going to put a little bit on my palette. Let me scoot her back a hair. Okay, I'm going to widen this out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's put a little bit on my palette here. There we go. That should be plenty. And I'm going to get my longer brush here. I don't think that's it. Hang on. Here we go. Okay. My longer brush. And it looks like it's got the tiniest bit of color on it still. So let me just wipe it off. Usually I keep gel on it just to keep it in good shape. Okay. And I'm just going to, so this is wet, of course, that's on here right now. Let me zoom this back in. And I'm just going to kind of take this black, load up my brush, my long brush, and I'm going to drag it through the wet hard gel, okay? And maybe I'll start over here. Just very thin lines. I'm going to go both directions. Maybe a little bit darker with this one. Okay, in spots, I'm going to come back and make it a little bit darker. Okay, when it looks like I've got what I want, I'm going to cure that in place. So let's grab my little light, give it just a quick cure. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one over here. So again, we've got that wet gel, the wet hard gel, and I'm just going to drag it through. Okay, I'm going to come back and make it some areas a little bit darker. Let's make back here a little darker. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and nuke that. There we go. Okay. All right, now I'm going to grab, we are kind of done with our black, but I do want to grab a brown. And let's see. Here we go. This one's kind of a reddish brown, but I think it'll be really pretty. We'll put some of this on our palette. There we go. I'm going to roll my brush in here. Some of this off because we don't want it to be real thick. And I'm just going to kind of follow those, a couple of these, just kind of right alongside of it. It doesn't have to be exact. That's kind of the best part about it. You can kind of do it any way that you want to. Maybe we'll have this one kind of continue on here. Oh, I like that. Let me put a little bit more. I think I want a little bit more over here. Let me do the top again. And let me do the top of this one. I like that. Okay, quick here. All right, let me move this out the way for a minute. And I want to dip into my stars. So let's get this open. Our stars, and let's get a little bit of our glitter out here. Not the whole thing, but a little bit. All right, so let's just kind of lay in some of this. I definitely want that darker color to show.
Vimara Alves.
Hello, Fimara. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, let's get another piece with that green on there. And maybe we'll go from this direction. I'm just going to kind of pat these into place that way they lay as flat as possible. And I don't want a lot, I just want a little bit. So that's about all I'm going to put of that, okay? Let's go in for our stars. Uh-oh, we've got a star sticking on here already. Let me scoot this over. Okay, let's see if you guys can see. Okay, let's get another star right here. Bring it down maybe just a hair. Kick it off of there. Okay, that looks good. A couple stars over here. Maybe we'll do some little stars. How about that? Let me get, I've got fuzz on my brush. All right, I think I got it. Okay, let's do another tiny baby star.
Renee says my foil changes colors. The dark color once I put gel on it. I've tried foil from multiple companies.
Huh. I just got these from Amazon, but I haven't noticed that. We'll see though. I'm about to use Young Nails on it, so that'll be a good test. We'll see what happens. Maybe mine has done that and I just didn't notice. We're gonna find out. Okay, so come on, star. Oh, I like those a lot. Okay, let's do this one. How about we'll put a little one on here. Just right there. And I think I'm going to do one more little one at the tip. And there should be enough sticky on that surface to hold on to everything. I'm going to give it a quick nuke. Let me back us up. Give it a quick nuke. All right, now I want to add a little bit more sparkle and shimmer in here. Let me close up my stars. And let's see, I'm going to go in with, let me grab this real quick, guys. I'm going to grab my
Spiritual Treasures is so cute.
Thank you, Spiritual Treasure. Okay, I've got some of these. They come from Gemini Cosmetics, and there's probably like 10 or 12 of them in a thing, but they're really pretty. And what I'm going to do is just on my little palette here, earlier where I wiped my brush, I'm just going to kind of pour out some of these so I can dip into them. Take my long brush that we used a second ago, clean it off because I know I've got brown and black on here. Okay. Let me get us a base, a little bit of base coat. Here, we'll use this base. So I'll put a little bit of base coat just right here on my palette. Okay, let's start with this one. I'm gonna wet my brush with that base, my long brush. I'm gonna kind of pull it through this glitter. And let's just kind of run it through, okay? Let's get a little bit more on my brush. Uh-oh, I took my star off. Let's get my star back on. There we go. I want a little bit more of this glitter right over in here. There we go. That's pretty. Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit more base on my brush so we can do the next one. A little bit more base, a little bit more on my palette so we can get the next one here. Okay, let's roll my brush in that base. Get some of our sprinkle here. And we'll just kind of drag that through.
Is that just extra fine glitter?
Yep, just really, really fine glitter. Mm-hmm. It's pretty though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a little bit more. I want a little bit more where it's kind of, where there's like nothing right here. So get that on there. There we go. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to set this in place. So let's get our little light. Now, normally, if you're working on a person, of course, you'd want to put the whole hand in the light for 60 seconds or whatever your gel tells you to. Either way. Okay, that should be good. All right, let's move this palette out the way. Okay. Let me grab. Whoop. Hang on just a second, guys. I got to clean my brush because it's got all those glitters in there and I don't want them to stay on my brush. All right. There we go. Put this in here. There we go. All right. So I'm kind of also like just imagining what it's going to look like whenever I also add my gel on top. And I think that this is good, but I want a little bit more of a bigger reflectivity. So let's do Let me look and see what I've got in here. I'm going to do some little slivers that are going to reflect that light back at us. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to dip in here to my little slivers. They've got a lot of pink in them, which I think will be pretty with the brown and black. Okay. I'm going to get my little bitty brush so we can apply some of this. Okay, so I've got my little bitty brush. I've got a little bit of just plain base gel. And I'm just going to kind of look and see where I might want to add these. And I think I'm going to add one there and maybe let's do one in this kind of area here.
Chicken nuggets.
Hey, chicken nugget.
So pretty.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Let's see it. Okay. I grab one more. I grab two. Let me put one back. Hang on here. Take that off. Okay, let's try adding one. There we go. I'm just going to kind of slide it up there. And maybe I will add one more just right in here. I'm going to kick this off. I'm going to get a little bit more of that base gel on here. Let me put it just right in here. And then let's scoot this down. Like that. Oh, I like it. It's very, very pretty. Okay, quick cure. And did we lose our stars? No, you can still see the stars. Good. Okay. Sometimes I worry that I might have lost my little stars in the mixture. But no, real good. Okay, again, where do we want to put this? I think I'm going to put one here. Let's do one right in here. And we'll just call that. Okay, so one. There we go. And one more. You know what? I think I want one here too. Let's get a little bit more. I'm just going to put a dot of base. Here we go. It's a little bitty one. There we go. I like that a lot. Okay. Very pretty. All right, let's get this cured. Give her a quick cure. All right, now we've got that all set up. All we need to do is encapsulate those, the two that we just did. So let me get my Build Pink back out. And we're going to encapsulate these. I'm going to encapsulate them rather thin just so that way I don't have a whole lot of filing to do. Okay. So I've got my, where's my other brush? Here we go. Got my Build Pink. I've got my brush. So I'm all ready to go. Okay, I'm just, whoops. I don't need a lot of apex back there because we've already built that up with our other gel. But I do want to encapsulate. So I'm going to put that on here. And let's just make sure everything is under the clear gel. Bring it over here on this side. You definitely want to encapsulate the color that, like that brown that we use, or if it's black or whatever color you're working with. Make sure you've got that encapsulated so that way you don't shave it off. Unless you want that look, because that certainly would be pretty too. Okay, I want a little bit more. Over here on this side, let me take a look at it. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I know, and I've got wet gel. Okay. Hang on. Hang on to it. Okay. I still want to maneuver this a little bit, so let me. Okay, now I'm going to nuke it. And then we'll worry about putting her back on here in a sec. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, if you'll hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, of course. It's just a way to kind of, I guess, get the algorithm's attention, really. So that way they share it a little bit more. And I'm a tiny channel, so, you know, every little bit helps. Okay, let's get her back on here. Okay. All right, next one. Let's encapsulate this one. I'm just going to take my brush and roll it over this way, and then just kind of make a little square, and then make sure I get it over in here. Let me go back up, just make sure if there was any dippy area that I've got that covered. Uh-oh, I'm off screen.
Okay, it's not just me. I think your green teal changed. Unless the camera isn't picking it up.
Oh, the green teal changed.
Gloria.
You mean on the, sometimes they do change if it's up, kind of depending on what color it's up against. So it definitely could. You mean on the little flakes that were kind of see-through?
Or the foil.
Oh, on the foil. Well, on my end, it looks like they're the same, but you know what, though? It could be coming across on the camera differently. That's possible. Let's give this one more go around. Okay, I'm actually going to go in the big nuker with this hand real quick. But she's coming along swimmingly. Okay, let's put her in the big nuker for 1 minute. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get this cleaned off so we can see really good and I'm not knocking stuff over everywhere. All right, there we go. And then next is going to be, we're going to shape her. Get her shaped. I'm getting my brush cleaned off because sometimes you'll end up with like a little bit of glitter in your brush. And this is my gel brush that I use for everything. So definitely want to keep her up and out where she's not getting collecting glitter all over her. Okay. All right, let's move our beautiful foil out the way. This stuff is so pretty though. If it changes a little bit, it's okay, you know? I feel like it's meant to be if it changes. Sorry. Maybe it just needed that color. We'll check it out though whenever I pull her back out here in a second. See if she looks like she did in fact change. Okay, let's see. She's all done. Okay. All right, let me get her cleaned off with a little bit of swipe real quick, or I'll use alcohol is what we'll use. Just get her a little alcohol. Get that.
Hey.
No, no, we're not going to be crazy. Sorry, guys.
No.
Get a little bit of alcohol on her.
Teresa said hi.
Hey, Teresa. Well, this is not staying. Hold on. Sometimes this thing want to be difficult. It's still going to be difficult. Okay, nope.
Hey.
There, let's see if that works. Okay, get this one wiped down. Sorry, guys. I don't know. The dogs are throwing a fit today. I'm so sorry. Jandy's going to put them outside, which they'll be complaining about any minute. They'll be like, no, we want back in. It's crazy. Okay, get this back in here. Let's see. Okay, let's try that. Let's give her a try. All right. Let's move that out the way. Yep, she's all. I don't really even need to use my e-file because we didn't take too much off. So I'm just going to kind of use my regular file. And I think that'll be probably the better thing to do, especially since she's wanting to fall apart on me. I'm not real sure why she's coming out as easily as she is. Usually she doesn't come out that easily. Okay. Let's keep it square. I'm going to come up on her sides. Make sure she's nice and thin at the tip. Make sure she's smooth over here. Let's go around the cuticle area.
I get frustrated when I pick a nice piece and once I put gel on it changes the full base color.
Oh, no. I can imagine, though. Because, yeah, you spend all that time like, uh-oh. Okay, hang tight, guys. She fell off of her Jello, which I was wondering if she would do, and she did. But I'm just going to use Jello, get her back up here. Let me go ahead and just shape it while I got it on here, though. Okay. All right, let's do Jello again. I'm going to buff this up real quick. Get her a little bit more buffed. Take that off. Let's put our Jello on here. Let's get our nail up here. And let's try to cure. Hopefully it won't happen on the other one. Put her straight. At least we're almost done with that one. I won't fiddle with her too much. Okay, let's get this one. Okay, let's just make sure she's kind of... Oh, this one came off again. Hang on. Well, since we're almost done, let's do this. Since we're almost done with her, let's put sticky tab back on. Hi, Tatiana. Let's try. Oh no, that's not gonna work either. Y'all. Okay, let me try something different here. She's got to stick up here. That's how I feel about her. So let's see, what can we do? Let me get another sticky tab, because I think the sticky tab's gonna be our best bet. At this point, at least. And hopefully the other ones won't pull this with us. Because we did such a pretty nail. I want to see how it finishes. Okay, let's do this again. Sticky tab. Squeeze her on there real good. Let's try to pull her off. Get my little tweezers here. Okay. We're just going to kind of stick her up here, okay? Because all we need to do with her left is just give her a top coat. All right, let's get this one done. I want to be able to thin out my tip. Just a little bit. I'm going to go real gentle with her.
Nails by V said hi.
Hey, V.
Look
How
at
are
that
you?
ombre. I love them.
Oh, my nail keeps falling off.
Sandra, this is what you got cooking tonight.
Hey, Sandra. We are trying to do a pretty glittery set, but my nails keep falling off. I tried a little bit different method, which I keep trying different methods to try to get them to stay up here, but it's not working for me. Okay, so I'm just going to be real light filing because, like I said, I don't want to. I just have to be able to top coat her. Okay. This one needs to stay up here just for a little bit. Just for a little bit.
Said darn Sally.
I know it. Okay, let's try to get this one. Let's hope she doesn't pop off. I know, Sally be messing us up. We try to do good things, and Sally just wants to work against us. This one feels though like it might be staying better. I'm just going to be gentle. She may not be as thin as I wanted her to be, but we'll get the idea. Next time, I'll try a different method, since we know now that Jello Jello does not work, to keep her up here. Okay. All right, I still want her thinner at the tip, so let's try this. And I'm just kind of hitting that tip. Okay, get it back up here. Oh no, did the same thing. Okay. All right, listen here, Sally. Listen here, lady. If you have a client this stubborn, fire them, right? Just fire them. Okay, I'm just going to kind of scuff her up. Let me try to get one of these on here again like we did the other one. Come on now. Get on up there. This one's at least staying somewhat. Should stay. Let me just get this one to stay. And then we can polish. Come on. There. Okay. All right. Stick on here now. And stay right there. So stay right there. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and let's put a top coat on here so we can see what it looks like. Normally, I would actually brush the dust off. I'm afraid to. Let me just kind of hit it. I would usually use my swipe to get that off, but obviously it wants to be difficult today, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put a top coat on so we can see what she looks like all finished.
No, if you want to play that.
Goodness. Well, we got Sally giving us trouble and the dog's giving us trouble. They are being crazy tonight. Who, Bella? Oh, Bella and Edie? Uh-oh. She's coming off again, guys. Just stay up there for like a couple more minutes. It's so pretty, y'all. It's so pretty. Okay, in the nuker. And they better not come off in the nuker. 60 seconds in the nuker. And I'm still loving my soap gel. So if you haven't tried it, you have to. I love it. And, I bought also a builder of soap gel. Love my builder too. So try it out if you haven't yet. I think you're going to be really, really pleased with it. Honestly. I won't steer you wrong. I'll always be honest with you. So give it a try if you haven't already. And if you've still got some money to try something new. Because I've kind of already decided, like, that's going to be one of my main go-tos. As far as my builders as well. As the top coat. Because I love it that much. Okay. Hands almost out of the nuker. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, here we go. Okay. This is what we got, guys. Aren't those gorgeous? Very different, huh? Do you like the colors? I do. I love the brown mixed with the green and that amber kind of color coming through. Really, really pretty. I do feel like my stars got a little lost in there. So if I did it over again, I'm probably going to put my stars on like towards the end because I really wanted those stars to show. I feel like in person, I see them a little bit more easily, especially the ones that are like back here. Yeah, really pretty. And what do you think about that builder gel, guys? This one, the kind of like the nude color with just a little bit of sparkle. Isn't that pretty? Hey, Sugar. Hey, Sugar, have you used this yet? The shimmer nude from Madam Glam. I really like it. It's pretty. It is very nudie. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys get on with your evening and get out of here. And thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Next time, we will use a different method, of course, to adhere our nails to our rubber Sally here and see if that works a little bit better for us. All right, guys. I will see you very, very soon. Have a good night.